for a long time. A lot of times I do this freedom call. I just, 25, 30 years experience. I don't really plan them out too much. I don't really write out too much. I want to say bullet points and stuff like that. But this morning I'm just lying there in bed, I guess about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and this topic came to mind. Says the logic of networking, / carry bar. The logic of what we're doing, because carry bars, folks, in many ways, is the most logical thing that I've ever been involved in 35 years. It's just logical. As I like to quote resident financial expert Mr. Allen Austin says, it's not emotion, it's just math. Well, here in the word of carrot bars, it's a combination of emotion, no question about it. We're fired about it. We're emotional about carrot bars. We're emotional about changing our lives and about changing the lives of other people. But it's also very, very logical in what we do. It's just the most common sense thing. And I know many of us are baffled when we run across people who don't understand it. And so tonight I wanted to sort of touch on that, talk about a few things on that. And so I wrote some things down to sort of keep me on track so I don't go off on tangents. And I'm going to try to stick to that outline, because it is logical what we do. Okay? But I've always felt like networking was logical from day one. When the first time I got exposed to it, a 2 to 5 year plan made so much more sense than a 40 to 50 year plan to me. And I was on a 40 to 50 year plan to financial disaster when I saw a 2 to 5 year plan with just a shot of being free. I said I want to do it. And then I said I need to live stream this tonight, because we'll do this call and we may have 400 or 500 people here to call, but for some reason we'll have 4,000 or 5,000 view the live stream, or at least come in and touch it and check it out for a minute, whatever they may do. And for those of you who are on this live stream for the first time, I'm just taking a few minutes to give folks a chance to join us. Welcome everybody I've heard so many people call. I want to start calling out names, but there's my homegirl, Miss Mitchell Gordon, of course, Sam Collins, Francis Fox is always in the house, James Hayes, Phyllis Jones. I've seen so many people on the call already. Rachel Rideout, I heard Miss Linda Kelly there. Yeah, so David Stevens, of course. David Stevens, to you. Okay, he knows what I'm talking about. So anyway, Pam watched a lot of folks on the call. So look, I'm taking a little time to give them a minute or so to join us on this live stream. But I want to talk about the logic of the business. And so I felt like it was logical when I first saw it at 20 years old. And I witnessed so many things that I was told at 28 that were true. They said, look into the future and you can see your future. But now I'm not just looking into the future, I've grown into the future. And I've seen the truth in everything that I was told when I was 20 years old. I've witnessed firsthand the truth. And so, anyway, let me go ahead and get started, because I don't want to keep us here all night. But let's see. And I put this live stream. I went and shaved up a little bit just for you guys, because I don't do this. I only do this when I'm about to make an appearance for you guys, right? Put on tie and all that kind of stuff. So I pull the tie. I do all this stuff just for you. So let's see. Black carrot bars. This is more of an update. I made an audio message that a lot of you passed out to folks called Why Carrot Bars, Why You, Why Now. This is sort of an update to that message, okay? Let's talk about me first. Let's say I got 35 years experience in the business. Now, that's not a boast, that's not a brag, and I mean 35 years of actual experience. Okay, so you can be in the business for 30 years. You can have 1 year's experience 30 times. Or you can say, I've been in networking for 20 years. Well, do you have 20 years experience, or do you have 1 year's experience 20 times? Some people in the business have 1 year's experience 20 times. Some people have 3 years experience 10 times. Okay? But I like to say I have 35 years experience, because for 35 years, I have been sticking my toe in the big water. I've been actually after this thing for 35 years. I've been doing this thing from the first day I signed up. The first check wrote by sponsor back in 1983 was for $800 plus in 1983 dollars. And we've been after it ever since. But once I saw freedom, I wanted to be free. Okay? It was not something I was gonna try. It was something I was gonna do. Okay? So we have 35 years of actual experience. So when I say certain things in business, I hope people understand it comes with a certain amount of gravitas, a certain amount of credibility that says, hey man, I've been to the mountaintop, I've been to the rodeo. And when I say this is the best, I'm not just, it's not my flavor of the moment. I'm not saying it because, I'm in carry bars now. I'm saying this because I have experienced so many things in this industry. I watched so many, the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen so many things, okay, that I could sit down. If somebody was drawing out a piece of paper and I was comparing it, whatever they're doing, to carry bars will come out head and shoulders above whatever they're doing. I believe I can actually show them logically why this is true. From a timing expert, from a product expert, from everything, but I'm going to go through some of that right now. And my wife and I have been fortunate to build teams over 100,000 people, okay? And some of those programs lasted 3-4 years, and some of them didn't last 2 years, okay, for various reasons. And I can tell you some of those factors well, and I might touch on some of those in a minute. But here's something else to understand, and I need to, I'm looking at my glasses, speaking of my glasses. I've been full-time in the business for over 20 years. In fact, it'll be 23 years exactly. Some of you might need to take a note of that. We all kinds of stories. Tyrone, he's been full-time, he's been his 30 years. Folks, I think it's important to get these stories right. Because people are listening. Okay? I've been full-time in the business 22 years. It'll be 23 years in July. July 14th, 1995, I left my job. Okay? So it's 23 years. It's not 30, it's not 29, it's not 19, it's not 16. It's 22 years. It'll be 23 in July. If you want to be safe, just say over 20 plus years. Full time in this industry. This is what I do. This is how I ate every single piece of bread that went in my mouth for the last 20 years has come into my mouth because of networking. Okay? Because of networking. Period. Okay, so when you want, I want to start preaching. Okay, don't track. 20 years, full time. My wife retired in 1987, so she's been full time in business over 30 years now. My son, who's 33 years old, has never known his mother to have a job. Now again, not a boast. I'm trying to tell you, we did not get by accident. It was a consistent, diligent effort for her to go full time after 4 years, and it took me 12 years to put myself in a position to finally walk away from 18 years in corporate America. Okay, it was not easy, it was not a piece of cake, but I guarantee you it was worth it. I'd do it again if it took 20. But that's not the topic of this conversation. The topic is this. It's logical. I did everything society told me to do. I managed to finish high school, got good grades, give my history, went to college, went to Hampton University. My wife and I both were graded at Hampton University. For those who are new, we got a lot of new people here that haven't heard this story. Okay? My wife and I both were graded by Hampton University. We were graduated by Hampton University. And then she worked 8 years in corporate America, and I spent 18 years in corporate America. We did exactly what society told me, but I was only on the job for about 90 days. And I said, this is not going to work for me. Okay, now some of you can get this out. Please keep your job. Your job was financial freedom. Don't take, I'm going to say a lot of things don't step on people's toes tonight. I know it is. But don't feel bad. It's not designed to feel bad. It's designed to get you to think. Because everything in society has been set so that you don't think. To get you sidetracked, watching football, basketball, baseball, hockey, watching television so you don't spend time thinking. And then when you're not spending time thinking, you spend time at work, thinking about the job and thinking about what the boss wants you to do. So you never spend time thinking about your life. Okay, I'm going to say things that you to stop to think and evaluate where you are, where you've been, what you've been through, and where you're going. And sometimes when I say those things, it'll step on people's toes and they go, ooh, that hurt. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, so I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to tell you, I was blessed at 20 years old. Some guys came into my life and stepped on my toes. And so I point out some things to me about life, and I listened. Anyway. I've been on a job 3 years. I've been on a job for about 3 months. When they fired me out of Coca, I said, uh-oh, it's not a safe place to be. Okay, I don't know who told you there's such thing as security in a job. I didn't buy it. Okay? But I did what I was told. See, most of us have been conditioned. That video we showed said we've been conditioned to do what? Go get a job. If you ask the average person why they got a job, they'll say, my next door neighbor has one. Let me take these off. My next door neighbor has one. Neighbor on the right has one. Neighbor left has one. So I got one too. They don't even know why they're going to work. And as the speaker said this morning, our power call, they get trapped in this cycle of going to work, working for Friday, spend all the money, work for Friday, spend all the money, work for the Friday. They never understood the principle of paying themselves first. They never understand why they're going to work. They're going to work to get stuff, accumulate stuff, spend money, keep going to work, and then wake up one day, 55, 60, 65 years old and say, what have I done? Now, some of us get shocked. Some of us say, okay, wait a minute. We started to look for a business. That's what I did. I was 22, 23 years old. I said, I got to be in business myself. So I started to look around. I started, thinking about all kinds of business. And some of you have done that already. You may be 25, 30, 35. You start saying, I got to start me a business. Okay? No, you really don't want to start a business. You don't like your job. So you say, I don't like my job, so I got to start me a business. No, you do not want to start a business. What you really want is freedom. Okay? I didn't want to start a business. What I wanted was freedom. I didn't want to start a business. I just wanted to be free. I didn't know the difference though. So I thought the answer was, when not working for somebody else, let me go start me a business. And so I started looking at business. I started looking at PR firms, the real estate business. I started looking at all these different business concepts, franchise. I wanted to give me an automobile franchise. I started looking at business. Okay, traditional, because again, this is America. So if you graduate your element, your thinking, first you go get a job. First you go get an education. Then you go get a good job. Then you go say, oh, well, this job is not going to cut it. If you got the guts and the nerve, you say, let me go find me business. And typically you look at a traditional business. And you will listen to Miss Sheila Abram on Saturday. What did Miss Sheila Abram say on Saturday? She said, she's doing a networking event. And all the people there were entrepreneurs, all the people that own traditional businesses, and every single one of them said, if they had to do it all over again, they wouldn't start their business. Why? Because we're not looking for business. What we're looking for is freedom. But we don't know that. Okay? We think we start a business with our own boss. No. In the average traditional business you start, you don't even own the business. The business owns you. You think you own the business, but the business actually owns you. Because in the typical business, most people start a typical business, and number one, they're undercapitalized. Okay? Or they're heavily in debt. You're either undercapitalized or you're heavy in debt. That's the only way you start a business in America. You're undercapitalized or you're heavy in debt. Period. Nowhere around it. You go start your McDonald's for $1 million to $1.5 million, you're heavy in debt. Okay? You go start your traditional restaurant on the corner, okay, and you're undercapitalized. You hope you can make some money that week to make payroll and keep the landlord and lease going and keep food. And that's why you go to a small little restaurant and they say, we don't have that menu today. We don't have this menu today. We don't have that today. We don't have napkins. Don't leave here with too many napkins. Don't give them too many forks. All that nonsense. Why? Because they're undercapitalized. But you're the boss. And you got to be there every single day, 7 days a week. And by the way, if you own that little small business on the corner, guess what? If you don't show up, you don't eat. Okay? If they shut it down, if the health inspectors come in and shut it down, you still, payroll still, people still want to be paid. Employees still want to be paid. Health benefits still want to be paid. You got a job that you bought. And some people don't even realize that they paid $100,000 to $500,000 for a previous-only job. You got a job you just paid $100,000 a year for. You might be the boss, but you're not free. And what you were seeking was freedom. Now, you might have more freedom than the next employee. You might be able to take some time off and go where you want to. You don't have to ask anybody when you want to call in sick, okay? But it's not freedom. That's traditional business. So you start hunting, you find those traditional businesses. Now, if you're not in the traditional business realm, and the people who start traditional businesses typically, they're not the highly educated. The highly educated guys traditional business too. When I say that, I'm talking about the professionals. I'm talking about that lawyer, that dentist, that family practitioner, that accountant, okay? These folks that require license to get their business. They got a business, and they may make a significant and a great income. They may do well. They may be the host of the town. They may be sitting on the board of this and the board of that, and everybody seeing how they drive around in their $100,000 Mercedes, but they're still slaves to their business. Average dentist would tell you that if you don't go pull teeth that day, you don't get paid. Period. The average doctor will tell you if they don't show for practice that day, they don't get paid. The average lawyer will tell you if they don't show for court, if they don't show up for work that day, they don't get paid. It's a highly paid profession, but there is no freedom. Okay, there is no freedom. It's a highly paid, highly well-respected profession. And we've been educated to change these things and go be an accountant, go be a lawyer. You want to guarantee success, go become a lawyer, go be an accountant, go be a dentist. And society will look at you, you become a member of the country club, but you're not free, and you're still going to work till you die. As Warren Buffett said, until you learn how to make money in your sleep, you're going to work till you die. And most people find themselves stuck in that position. Okay? And the worst part about these highly paid professions, okay, that bugs me to no end, and I've said it to folks, and I step on tools every time I say it. You could be the best doctor in town. You could be the best lawyer in town. But the fact of the matter is, you can't even will your business you built to your children, to your spouse. I mean, the average dentist out there got either sell his practice or dissolve his practice, but they cannot will it because the wife or their husband is not licensed to be a dentist, not licensed to be a lawyer, not licensed to be an accountant. So that's not the answer to freedom either. Okay, yeah, if you manage the money well the next 35 or 40 years, but you still working till you're 55, 65, 70 years old. I'm sitting there saying, I've been retired for 20 since I was 40 years old. Get up and go and come where I want to go for the last 22 years. Freedom. Okay? I talked about franchising already. I'm not going to talk about it. I got my notes all mixed up. Franchising as a business, you got McDonald's, real estate, restaurant business, traditional business. You got to pay $1,000, open those things up, and the same thing, you got to work 67 hours a week. Talk to the average restaurant owner and ask them what it's like. They'll tell you it's a 70-hour week grind. If they try to close on Saturday and Sunday, they can, but they don't make any money. I mean, Chick-fil-A is one of the few restaurants or franchises in all of the world that close on Sunday. They still do very well. Okay? But most businesses they're going to be open on Sunday because 7 days a week they count that money. Okay? And some of the folks who are, look, I don't have any money. I can't start a traditional business. I can't start a McDonald's. And I didn't get the education to be a doctor, lawyer, or dentist, or one of those things. So I'm going to start me a home-based business. You find I'm going to start me some kind of home-based business. But you still haven't got the essence of what I'm trying to say. So if you talk to them, you have the real essence of what I'm trying to share with you. If you have a business that requires your physical ability to perform, then you are a slave to that business. You may not be a slave to a boss, you're a slave to that business. Why? Because it requires you to, I have people say, well, I started me a sewing business, I started me a daycare business, I do hair at home. All that's great. Like you're in the creative practice, that's great. You're in the system. But you got to elevate the thinking beyond that and say, wait a minute, how do I create an income when I do not have to perform all the time? J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of the income of 100 men than 100% of my own income. Okay? I think they should teach that in school. Leverage. I think they should teach compound interest in school. They don't. I think you should know that by the time you're in 10th, 11th grade, you should understand that process. And the name of the game is put yourself in a position where you leverage the time, effort, energy, and talent of people all around you. And the only way I know that is to build a network. That's why networking is logical. Network marketing is logical. But networking itself is logical. I like to say in Carabao, we network. I don't know if we market too much, but we network. I'm going to get back to that in a minute. Okay? And the primary reason why you must find a way to make money while you speak, you must find a way that doesn't require your physical talent, because the truth is, the bottom line truth, folks, because at some point in your life, and I know some of you have been around for a while, but I wanted to make this talk again because I know we had thousands of people join us in the last 2 months who haven't heard this message. And here's the fact and here's the truth. At some point, look at me, you're going to get old. At some point, you're going to get tired. And God forbid, but chance at some point, you're going to get sick. And what you did at 40, you cannot necessarily do at 50. What you did at 50, you cannot necessarily do at 60. And not just do, you may not even feel like that. That's the other part. You may not even feel like going. I mean, there's things I just don't feel like that. I used to travel. I was telling Sir Mr. Delphin to live about how I left home one time in January, second week in January. I'm flying all over the country doing my networking business when I was in my 40s. Left home in January. Came back home to Atlanta in the middle of March. That means I was gone almost 3 months on the road, just selling the dream, gone. Okay? I don't want to do that anymore, and I don't physically have the physical ability to do it anymore, to be gone like that, to have that kind of stamina, kind of energy. Young folks who are on this call, you're under 40 years old, that's right, if you're under 40, you're young folks. Man, I'm telling you, take advantage of your energy. It's the energy youth is wasted on the young. Okay, the young do what? Party all the time. Take that time party. My wife and I look at each other so glad at 20 years old, we solved this business, we took it dead serious that time, and look, and now we're sitting saying, we don't have to go anywhere and do anything we don't want to do. Man, what a blessing. We feel blessed fortune, and we're glad we're willing to do the work and pay the price to get that done. Okay? And if you don't, the fact of the matter is you're going to pay a price. You're going to pay the price of financial success, or you're going to pay the price of financial failure, but you're going to pay the price. The price of financial success is short, it's difficult, it's challenging, okay, and it's obvious. But the price of financial failure is slow. You don't even realize it. You look up one day, you're 65 or 70 years old, and you find yourself saying, hello, what's going on? And you go, what did I do? I did everything society told me I was good. I was hard. I got laid off 10 times. All that stuff. Okay? Today, you got to think and see yourself as a creator. This is why networking is so important. Network marketing is vital. Everybody should networking business. As our speaker said this morning, number one, tax advantage is just enough. That alone. I can't understand how somebody, 35 years I've been saying that, folks, everybody in America should have a home-based business. And I see one of those people coming, and they're waiting for the income tax check to come in. I said, oh, the rest of us, I don't need that. So, let's talk about. Okay? What makes Terravana the ultimate business? The ultimate freedom plan, the ultimate wealth plan, the ultimate financial system, the ultimate payment system, whatever you want to call it, what makes Terravana so phenomenal? It's really something to me. It's just, at the old my mind, I don't understand any of all these because, like I said, the conditioning we're trying to help people overcome is so deep they don't even get it. Okay, number one, it's free to enroll. Now, somebody come along and get an opportunity to get more. I didn't say to get rich. I didn't say to get wealthy. I said to get more. Okay, 35 years ago, the guy didn't come in and say, Tyrone, I got to prove myself to get rich. He didn't say, I got to prove myself to get free. He said, I got to prove myself to get more. Do you know anyone who'd like to make an extra $50 a month? And I said, yes, me. And understand, I got this decent job, 4 cars to drive with, 2 making a Grand Marquis, 4 Mustangs, 2 backyard, on my own mortgage. I did say on my own mortgage. I didn't say on my own home. Okay, because I like to make the distinction between own the home and own the mortgage. And there is a distinction. Okay, in America, we've been brainwashed and believe on a home if you got a mortgage. Okay, 2008, they let millions of people know you don't own a home, Wall Street owns a home, the bank owns a home, you own a mortgage. If you don't pay the mortgage, we're going to come get the home and put you on the street with your wife, husband, kids, anybody, and we don't care. We can roll. You decide to be a part-time, quit your job. You go ahead and put $100,000 in your business, they can do a part-time, but they got their main job, they got the business to generate here. Please, no one can watch your money like you do. Okay? Terravana says you can grow for free anywhere in 120 plus countries, and you can start your business part-time. Number one, be glad you came to number one. You don't know what you're doing from day one anyway, in most cases. Okay? But the beauty of what we're doing in Terravana, you can earn and learn at the same time. And the more you listen, the more you earn, and the faster you learn, and the faster you learn, the more you earn. And our job as leaders to help you. We don't understand. Our whole income is predicated on our ability to communicate to you and help you earn. We're the only network market is the only business in the world where it's based your success is based on helping other people succeed. If I was in the real estate business and you can't even Mr Tyrone, I just opened a real estate. I'm a broker, Randy Brooks in town. 3 blocks away here from just for how to succeed in Newfield, Virginia. I don't think so. I mean, I can smile at you, look at the face, and yeah, man. Yeah, look. Give me a call. We'll do lunch. No, we're not. I'm not going to train the competition. Okay? You learn while you learn. We want you to succeed. Okay? And all of our training is free. I mean, come on. Well, you can buy a cassette CD for what? $1, $2, I mean, come on. Okay, so the welcome worldwide.info and everything you need to know is right there for free at your fingertips. I said 100 times, you have a cell phone and you have that website, welcomeworldwide.info, and you can read. You can build this business. Okay, if you follow instructions, it's free. Okay, you have unlimited income potential. Now, what I want to buy a McDonald's on the corner for $1.5 million, when the cap income I can make maybe it's $150,000 to $200,000 from it, we have people in Carabao make that much a month right now. At the side with a free program. I have no employees, no overhead, no place to go, no debt, no overhead expenses whatsoever.